Hello everybody, welcome back to my studio. It's Leigh here again. I'm really excited about what I've got to show you. I made a junk journal for one of my granddaughters a few weeks ago, and it was a pretty basic one. It was the first one I'd ever done, and now I've made this one which I just love. It's so big and chunky. It's got 3 signatures in it. I've just put so much work into this one. It was a very addictive process. I just couldn't stop myself from making things for it. So now it's complete. I wanted to show you through. So I made the tie, the closure is just plaited fabric. So I had some calico and some strips of some sort of chiffon-y type of fabric. And there's a little bead on the end, on each end. And also a little cluster of scraps of the fabric I used to cover the book with, and I've used that same fabrics throughout the book. So there's a little cluster, dangly little cluster with some beads, and there's an eyelet hole on the cover, and that's tied onto there. So the first thing you see when you open the book is a little pocket with a journaling card in it. And on the right hand side is a collage page. Next one is a tuck spot with a journal card. And then there's another journal card in the pocket itself behind there. Some collaging on that doily, another tuck spot with journaling card. I put lots of writing space into this, lots of blank pages, etc. And those big pockets on the side there. Another journal card tucked in behind that one. I'm not really sure about why I put that in the way it is. Probably needs something underneath it. There's a couple of little journaling cards. Got 2 pockets on the opposite page with journal cards in them. And I tried to make this a sensory sort of journal with different fabrics and feels. There's 2 little books here in this pocket that I made myself. I just stitched them up with the wax cotton that I used to bind the book with. This one's just got one holding stitch. And that little privacy flap up the top, you can write underneath it. On the collage page, collaged a couple of bits of music sheet that had been inked up, and some more writing space. This is a bookmark. There's a corner pocket here and a front pocket, and that is a bookmark that I made with some photos that I found in a magazine, and a doily, little dangly made from scraps and beads and string. I've used some tea stain paper throughout the book as well. I actually set quite a bit of it on fire trying to dry it out in the oven. But eventually I learnt not to walk away from the oven. Tuck spot in behind that envelope, which has got a journal card in it. There's another little cluster up there, some more tea stain paper, and oopsie, we're stuck. So yeah, a bit of repair job will need to be done there. I can't stop looking at it now. Never mind. I couldn't get anything to stick to that fabric to start with, and then that stuck when I didn't want it to. Anyway, such is life. I'm not that keen on the paper doilies. I don't know if I'll use them again. So another pocket with a journal card in it. A little envelope in a tuck spot there. I'll put a link to the printables that I used. There was 3 different ones. I know one was an Artie Mays one, I'm just not sure which ones were which. Another little envelope in that pocket. There's some collaging on the other side of it. There's another envelope here with a journal card. And another flap. It's funny when you do the tea staining how you get those white marks where not much or no tea came in contact with the paper. This little pocket I made from vellum, and I stained it with alcohol ink, and that's a piece of the calico drop sheet with some paint on it. Another envelope I made, journal card in there.
I need someone to hold my mind. I need someone to hold my mind.
Made that little cascade of papers there. Another hidey spot. Tuck spot out of one of the serviettes.
When I feel I've drowned, I need someone to hold how I feel.
This envelope I really liked. I made it out of crushed up, like I crumpled up paper, and then just kept crumpling it up and made till it became like fabric almost. So more of that calico I've used in different places and in some of that little clusters. And it's got a couple of frogs in it. So I found some really good pictures in a book about rainforests at the charity shop. This tea stain page had a little bit of a tear in it, so I glued some of the calico onto there. There's a couple of little journal cards inside that pocket. More writing space and another journal card. I actually glued that serviette down onto that grey piece of paper. So another one of the printables. And that's another bit of the serviette. I just folded it up and stuck a bit of paint covered calico onto it. And feature page, a collage page of the insects I cut out, and I made a belly band with some calico and put a card in there. So that's the same fabric on that card that is on the cover of the book. So another piece of calico is a flap. And one last flap at the end. And the back cover. So that's the girl. I'm not sure what her name is yet. And I'm thinking that my granddaughter, who turns 14 in a couple of months' time, might like this one. I'm not really sure. While it's all very nice and everything, I don't think it's made well enough to actually sell it. As I said, this is my second one, and I'm already planning more. I'll be making cards and embellishments and all sorts of ephemera. So yeah, it's a definite bug that you get addicted to. I love the way things poke out of the book. Bits of thread and beads and fabric, and yeah. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully see you again sometime. Bye for now.